Hey guys, we got Liz and Jay on from Detroit Defined. Today we're going to talk about home staging, what they offer, and then see if they're able to help you guys. You guys want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I'm Jay, and this is Lily.
Hi.
I am the founder of Detroit Defined. I'm a real estate agent. I was a real estate agent for 3 years, mainly focused on being a buyer's agent for those first couple of years. Spent a lot of my time walking through the homes with buyers and kind of seeing the home through their eyes, hearing their complaints, hearing their issues. I really got firsthand experience about like what it is that they didn't like, what things bugged them, what things they loved, just really how to sell a house to a buyer, not just on someone who wants to have a good budget, but also those people that make higher emotional decisions based on design and color and feel, that kind of thing.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Lily. I'm the lead interior designer for Detroit Defined. I've always really loved design work, and it's always been a huge passion of mine. I've recently received my Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, where I focused on environmental psychology.
Awesome. So you kind of mentioned on it, but how'd you guys get started? I know you mentioned you're in real estate, Jay, but how did you guys get started? How'd you get started in real estate before you actually got started in this?
So I kind of like tripped into it. I was ending a career playing professional video games for a little while. Yeah, it was an experience. And from there, like I knew I was good at sales, and I like sales. I like people. I like coaching people. I like guiding people. And I found an ad. Honestly, I found an ad for a real estate agent, and I was just like, that sounds kind of fun. And I know it sounds so cheesy, a way to start like a whole career, but I literally thought, what could be cooler than helping people buy their dream home? And that's how I started being a real estate agent. And through that, I was like, how could I make this job easier for people? How could I make them see themselves easier in the home? That kind of thing. And then that's where Detroit Defined came from. We started a staging company to fill that need for that vacant house and how it looked.
Awesome. What about you, Lizzie?
Well, so I've always really loved design work, and I've always really loved interior design, but I loved the staging aspect of it, where, you know, you're kind of designing not for a specific client, because that can be kind of tricky sometimes, but you're really just designing for the broad general population, which I really loved. I got to, you know, really design things how I want to design them, not necessarily how my client wants to design them. And so when I found Jay, who had started Detroit Defined, and he told me about how he was looking for an interior designer, I don't know, it kind of just seemed like a perfect fit. I'm like, wow, I get to design things, and I don't have, you know, a client that's constantly being like, no, not that couch. No, a slightly different color blue, or
That couch could go over there. Yeah, it gives us a lot of freedom. Lily does really well with that.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the Detroit Defined and where you guys are located in, and kind of what area you guys cover, and what kind of services do you guys offer?
All right. Mostly a lot of our current work is focused in Detroit, but we do a lot in the Metro Detroit area. We do a lot in the surrounding suburbs as well. We got started working with investors, so that's why a lot of it is focused right there in Detroit, and a lot of it is focused right there in the vacant homes. A lot of what makes us different is one of my favorite things is we stage with stainless steel appliances, which enables either the seller or the investor to not have to make that purchase or leave their appliances behind. And then that enables the buyer to either buy them from us as the staging company, and it also allows, like, because a lot of stagers leave those appliances out of the kitchen, and then there's just this giant hole in the kitchen. Weird and empty. You know, how are you supposed to envision yourself in a home when you walk into the kitchen and there's no fridge to make your food, there's no stove to cook it? It feels like there's a piece missing. That's definitely one of the bigger things. We also offer, especially currently during COVID and the issues we're having during COVID, we are offering Matterport walkthroughs with all of our stages, which, for those who don't know, it's a 3D walkthrough, a click-through 3D walkthrough, so you can see yourself from any part of the house. This really gives you a feel for the house, so that you don't have to take that step to walk inside the house, again, especially during these extra risky times. And that way, if you do go and look at the house, you've already seen it from most angles from the 3D walkthrough. So this is more like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I want that house. Let's go look at it.
Yeah.
Sure about it. It really makes the selling job a lot easier.
Yeah, that's awesome. That definitely helps out a lot. For anyone, if you guys watching, if you guys have used the Matterport before, comment below if you guys have used it, and then also if you guys want to comment where you guys are located at, and then listening from, and then we can go, and then you guys can hit the like and the heart button, and then let's hear about what else they have to offer. What makes you guys different?
Well, in addition to vacant staging, we also offer consultations as well for people who are going to be living in their homes while it's being listed. Right now, we are offering virtual consultations because of COVID.
Yep.
We want to make, the process as easy for buyers as possible. People still need to sell their homes. They still need help figuring out how to do that and how to make their house look in the best light possible.
Another different step for us is so one of the other things that makes us different, when we stage our homes, we stage it filled with furniture. And a good interior designer once told me that 60 to 70% of the house should be filled with furniture, just to give it a full feeling, so that you don't walk into it. And I'm sure you're a photographer. I'm sure you've walked into the houses that have one chair in the corner and across the room,
or it's like only staged for the photo.
Yeah,
so the photo looks beautiful, but then you walk in the home and you're like,
and all the furniture's gone because they only staged for photos. So we stage the home not only to be filled with furniture up to 60 to 70%, not just to like feel good, but to create functionality. We also stage with like current design. So we're not staging it to be like some of this rich, high-end, high-rise New York apartment with minimalistic furniture. We're trying to make it where it feels like if you so chose, you could walk in, buy all of the furniture from us, and you could have a fully furnished home and be super happy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely different. What you guys offer with the stuff where you guys can purchase and stuff. That makes it nice because then you have to go worry about that when they move in.
Absolutely.
So that makes it awesome. So let's say we have an agent that's never used staging before, or never even thought about using it. So what is the process of how does your guys' process work?
Okay, so first of all, we prefer to be contacted upwards of 2 weeks ahead of time or more. And that's largely because we like to special design each house. Like every house is different. Every house has a different demographic. As a real estate agent, I know this, right? Like there are people buying in different cities. They have different demographics. Houses have different styles and architectures. So every house is inevitably going to be different. And every house is going to need different furniture and different furnishings in general. So what we do is we like to have that extra time, not only to go up there, look at it, give you the quote, let you know how much it's going to cost, let you know what we think we should do. But also that's when you guys are doing the finishing touches too. When flippers are doing the last 2 weeks is when flippers are doing the last touches. And that helps us be able to come through and be like, hey, while you're at it, the walls would look great this color. Or if you need advice on cabinet hardware, we can give you that as well. So not only if you let us know a little ahead of time, not only are we absolutely happy to help you in your design process, but we're also able to order things to make your home stand out a little extra special. Like there was this one house that we had that broke off into just had like a bay window almost, but it was in a very weird part of the house. But because we had the time, the client talked to us 3 weeks ahead of time, we were actually able to go out and buy one, get it shipped here, and have this like credenza that just fit right in there that looked functional and like a good use of space, so it didn't feel confusing.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially when you can do that and then just get something that fits in there, because definitely when you see people that are like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that space, or they got some random thing there and you're just like, yeah, I've got something that fits in there perfectly. Here we go.
Yeah,
That's a big part of our process.
I love tailoring a stage to really fit the design of the home.
Right. And then so after the 2 weeks is up and as soon as they're ready to list their home, we usually as soon as they're done, we usually only need about 3 days to stage the home. The first day, we move the majority of the furnishings in. The second day, we usually do touch-ups or like last-minute purchases, artwork, that kind of thing. And the third day is just a nice little buffer. Usually we can get it done in 2, but we like that third just in case a mover cancels, anything goes crazy. And then usually you should be able to get photos after that third day. So
nice.
Pretty quick on our time frame.
That's awesome. How does it work for like how long do they keep the furniture there? How's that part work?
Okay, cool. So our contract typically lasts for about 30 days. We absolutely do our contract longer, so it's on a 30-day increment. And then so we give you a heads up about 7 days before the last 30 days to ask if you want to renew. If you do want to renew, and let's say that because most houses especially on a normal market, not a COVID market, but most houses sell like on about a 30-day time frame, between 20 days and like 35 days or so. We don't see a lot of people needing much more than 30 days. But when they do need that 30 days, we don't just charge them for a whole 30 days. And then if they only use 5, oh, sorry. We do charge them for up to 30 days. But if they end up only using 5 or 6, we only charge them for the days that the furniture is actually in the house. And as soon as we come and take it out of there, so if they only need it for 5 days, we're only going to charge them for 30 prorated to 5 days, right?
That's after the first 30 days.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We're only going to charge you for an extra 3.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really convenient, especially if you need to go over and you're like, it's just like 2 days. So that's awesome. So you're like 5 days, perfect. So
yeah, and the last big thing that we do is there are especially some of our investors and our repeat investors, we work with them so that maybe some of those second months, if they're having a little tight budget, we can take their second month's payment out of the close of the home when it closes. We have that relationship with a few different agents who have worked with us for a few different times.
Yeah, that's awesome. What about for like homeowners and stuff? Like, what could they do? Do you guys just like work with agents, or do you guys work with homeowners as well?
We absolutely work with homeowners. We get a lot of our business from agents, and mostly because they're the ones that know about home staging. Now, with that being said, we absolutely work with home sellers. We just find them harder to target and harder to reach out to. With that being said, we're absolutely willing to educate and tackle a home seller too.
Awesome. So for let's see, is there what is one tip that you can give agents just right now during this market to kind of help either kind of what is something you can tell agents right now that'll help them? Just like one thing. Like right now.
So assuming I'm not telling them to stage their home, because I absolutely think that the single biggest thing you can do to make your listing sell faster and for more money is to stage it. That's why I'm a real estate agent who started his own staging company. But aside from that, honestly, landscaping. Landscaping.
Curb appeal is that
100%.
Number one thing.
I cannot tell you how many houses I walk up to that don't even bother to clean up a few pieces of trash out of the yard, or trim a couple of bushes, or even sweep the floor in the living room, something like that. Like, those are two of the basic things you can do: landscape your yard and clean the house. If you can do both, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's really important. Making sure you have fresh house numbers, making sure the walkway's swept, there aren't any dead leaves, trash, debris. Plant flowers if you're able to add a nice pop of color.
Awesome. How can people get a hold of you guys?
So you got a couple of choices. You can reach out to us on our phone at 248-701-2117, or you can go to facebook.com/Detroit Defined.
Nice. And then is there any other things you guys want to share with the viewers? Either other things that you guys offer or anything else you guys want to put before we go?
We mentioned consultations. We do also offer accessory packages for people who, a lot of times I'll go and offer someone a consultation and their house is really beautiful. They have really nice furniture, but their art and decor just needs a little bit of
It's very personalized. As we know in the industry, you should depersonalize your space, declutter your house.
And maybe they're one of those people who only had family photos hanging up in their house. My mom's one of those people. If she took all her photos off her walls, it'd be empty because she can put kids up.
Or hunting or sports photos and memorabilia. It should be really depersonalized. So our accessory package is a really good option for that, for staging on a cheaper budget.
Yeah, awesome. So let's say instead of just the vacant homes, you're kind of mentioned on it there, but tell me about what a consultation is with like homeowners and stuff before they list their home. How does that process work? Like, do you just say, hey, get rid of all your furniture and get rid of everything, or how's that work?
No, so typically in the non-COVID world, I would go into the homeowner's home. I'd walk around the whole house with the eyes of a buyer. I'd be really nitpicky and kind of figure out, what is it that a home buyer would be looking for in this home? What things would stand out to them that they wouldn't like? What things can we improve? And our consultations are normally 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And I sit down with the homeowner and I go through all the suggestions I give them, whether it's rearranging their furniture, whether it's removing a few pieces, maybe adding a few pieces. you know, small cosmetic changes, you know, maybe change the wall color in this room. And I also provide them with a roadmap, a detailed printout of all the suggestions that we talked about in the consultations. That way, you know, you don't have to be writing down notes or worried about, you know, remembering every word I said. So I type that all up and give that to the homeowner. So that way they have a giant to-do list of everything to make their house perfect.
And to touch it up, in case they don't have the time or they don't have the ability to do that list, we can absolutely take that list and we can do it for them the way that we would as leaders in the industry.
Awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that covers everything.
I appreciate you, Brad.
Yeah, thanks for being on today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.